It is that time of the year again. We have another series released, so why don't we have a look at what we have in there? We have America, we have Germany, we have Italy, we have Russian fleet, and the new faction. Fantastic stuff. So what do we have? We have a love child of New Jersey and Kearsarge. Usually the same kind of design, somehow, so way. Now, what can you do? When you fire your main gun, final body prioritizes the humanoid enemies. Every 8 seconds gives a stack and more stacks 3 times and take air. It's not very interesting. Increases ship FP for the charge and improves the barrage. Okay, so you spend the charges whenever you fire something, and you have a crit damage, and just damage. Now, I'm guessing that the good idea is to have a slow gun that's gonna use up all those recharges. And the brush is going to do a lot of damage. That's nice, that's nice. Okay, we have accuracy and reload. So the ship does want to use a very slow gun. Repair the damage taken is not that interesting. Decreases damage instance by 70%, not bad. If you fall below 50 HP, you take less damage and you increase your evasion. And that's it. I mean, lots of health, not as much damage. How does simulation look? What kinda takes a while to load. Though honestly, not that much. And oh boy, yeah, there's plenty of damage there. So I think the loading, like with the simulation gun, only generates like, I told you there's one charge, so hold on, that's 14 seconds per volley. I don't think I like it all that much, to be honest. So this simulation wants to use a fast gun. Maybe it's just the ship that maybe it's the ship itself that's this fast. Anyway, not bad. Seems to be doing a lot of damage. And who do we have next? Honestly, no association. Red, pink, black, usual German colors. Not bad. What do we have? Fires the barrage, increases the ship damage dealt by 10%. And then we have another barrage. And debuffs one of the enemies. Hold on. Crit rate 10 and crit damage 1 die. So that's pretty good against the boss enemy. They have FP and accuracy decreases the spread. Mass 15% heavy armor modifier, so it is a boss killing kind of ship. And you have another Iron Blood ship in your main fleet that increases this ship reload by 15%. So having this, I think this is a German version of Vanguard. Evasion and anti-air. Not bad, some defensive stats. And you're actually more focused on firepower than you are focused on health. So this ship is definitely going to do a lot of damage. How do you work? Yeah, it does seem to load very quickly. 11 seconds. Holy cow. That's 11 seconds. Holy cow, that's fast. That's fast. Alright. And I don't think this counts as a German ship, so it's going to go in even faster in a specific kind of ability. You know, if you have your standard Bismarck to give this thing even more reload, I think that's going to work. It's going to work quite a bit. Yeah, lots and lots of damage there. Good stuff. Italy. I mean, who are you? You're a destroyer. What do you do? So when you fire a torpedo, you have a screen that gives you evasion, and 40% is a lot of evasion. And you do a barrage. You heal off of that. Okay, that's potentially really powerful. Decreases your shelling damage taken by 10%. That's not bad. And she does more damage when she's in her shroud evasion thing. And decent 5-hour, decent evasion, everything else not so much. Low torpedo style. Then not sure about that. Okay, well, let's see. I think the purple thing is the barrage that heals her. How much do you heal for her? Oh no, it is a destroyer, so so she's really quick. That's actually a lot of healing if you think about it. If you give the ship a bunch of health, I think she's gonna just stay in the front alone and not die ever. Okay, I think I've seen enough. Not bad to have the Russian. It's a light cruiser. How do you look? You have a bear in the back. I mean, it's a JoJo reference, probably. Like everything else is standard. If you have AP gun, you have a crit rate and crit damage. 15% crit rate is decent, not bad. When the vessel has randomly selected BB or BC in your fleet, gives her the converter strike status. When the ship with the status fires her main guns, Dmitry Donskoy fires an IP barrage. Increase the free damage taken by 5% on the enemy, and 5% isn't exactly much. Increase this ship damage dealt against the enemies with... Okay, this is decent buff. I mean, it's not much. Hold on, if you give her the AP gun that's fast enough, that's faster than 5 seconds. So... yeah. No. When the ship with this status fires, BB or BC. So yeah, uptime on this is not going to be great. Very unfortunate. But then again, if you have this here, with Dmitry Donskoy, then the uptime is probably going to be pretty high. Now what else do we have? So if you're not in the front, you take less damage and have more evasion. I mean, if the ship is not in your front most, she doesn't get a buff if she's in the front. Very unfortunate, but more firepower, more anti-air, which is good. Healing, and 100% evasion for 5 seconds when she's down to 50% health, and she recovers 10% of her max health. That's pretty decent. Let's see. I mean, in the simulation, you probably are never going to lose health, so there's that. Okay, you know what? I don't think I like it too much. I mean, it looks decent. Cheeky grin is always a plus. Now, this one, that's, I think that's a mother of 5, and still hard. We have a lot of health, a lot of firepower, but not too much, a very high anti-air, and decent evasion. Hold on, you're not a battleship, hold on, you're a vanguard. Squash that. Evasion, anti-air. HP more important than firepower here, so what do you do? You do bombs that do damage, do burning, increase damage taken from high explosive by 5%, that's not much. Burn, take every 3 seconds, so that's 1,000 damage. I don't think that's a whole lot, maybe for like packs of enemies, but not very much impressed. What did you do? During the battle? Bombing. Ah. A 10% during battle that was a bombing rate periodically becomes available. Aha. So it's a bombing rate and an attack. Okay, I didn't read that. So it's like another button. I guess it's another button. Increase your accuracy and evasion, the usual. Reduce the damage taken by 10% from normal attacks. Bombing runs restore her max health. Very good. And no, hold on. She restores health equal to 3% of her max health to this ship, as well as the ship in your fleet with the current lowest health. And increases your entire fleet's anti-air by 10% at your battle ends. Twice. So that's actually pretty good. Okay, there's that ability. Every 4 times we have a barrage. You have a very big gun, we're more efficient and have a better pattern. If the ship does not have one equipped, this ship's main gun instead ignore enemy shields. Enemy shields ignore. I think that's powerful. I'm not sure I want to swap out to have a better gun with a better barrage or more ignore enemy shields. I mean, it is very useful in the end. So let's see how it goes. Let's see the ship in action. Holy cow, the damage. Okay, these Netherlands ships, there's something. Okay, that damage is absolutely insane. Holy cow. Mother of 5 is packing a punch. A serious one. So I think I don't vote for Russia in this in season 6 or Series 8. Series 8. I don't vote for Russia, I don't vote for Italy. I do vote for Netherlands and I do vote for Germany. And the old US of A is kind of up there as well. Though I can't make it though. I can't make these. I think I'm going to focus on this one as much as I can. The old Anchorage will have to wait pretty much. Yeah, that's a good series. What do you think? Which one are you going to be building? I'm going to be building this. Gauden Liu. Gauden Liu. Big. And yeah, see you in the next one.